Hey, it's the Downtime Studios Lonely Time podcast.
Welcome.
I'm your lovely and sexiest host, Nishant.
I'm your daring compadre, Andrew.
I'm your tour guide, Mikkel. I'll be touring you through these facilities. If you look to the left, you'll see the guest lounge. On the right, you'll see the gulag. We don't talk about the gulag.
Oh, God.
Ah, lovely. Mikkel, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You've been to Disneyland, I'm going to assume.
It's been years, but yeah.
Living
I'm
in
sure it's
SoCal.
changed. Uh-huh.
Did you ever go on the Jungle Cruise?
No.
What?
No.
I think I was too young at the time.
So, the Jungle Cruise is fantastic and has been around pretty much since like the start of Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like you've got a tour guide kind of. You're in this boat that's on a track, and the tour guide's telling corny jokes. And I'm pretty sure the jokes haven't changed since the park opened. They're great.
Oh, so
it's amazing.
They're moderately racist, slightly.
No, they're not. It's not like that, but they're very like
because
family
the park's
friendly.
been open a long time.
It has.
Disney's been around for how long now?
60 years. I want to say.
Yeah. So
but
they have to have updated some things, right?
I guess so. But it's very fun for that. Like you always know what to expect when you get on the Jungle Cruise. You're gonna get these like derpy college kids who are like riddled with acne, who at one point will fire a gun.
This sounds like a bad time. You're making me not want to go to this anymore.
It's great though. It's so I don't like. I really like going to Disneyland, and I haven't been to Disneyland in a long time.
Cut that out, Nishant. Just yeah.
So what?
I made a terrible joke.
I tuned out of the conversation. I'm very confused.
I like going to Disneyland. Going all on like the old rides because the old rides never have much of a line, so you can always go like even multiple times if you want. If you want to go on like Finding Nemo, you have to go once, and your trip to Disneyland's over. It's not even worth it.
Have we talked
about a garbage ride?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was a garbage movie. I would have fought you.
Did you guys see the trailer for the new Incredibles movie?
Oh, I was gonna tell you about that. I feel like a child again.
Oh my god!
I'm into a book series right now. I'm hyped for an Incredibles movie, and I'm hyped for a new Monster Hunter game. I haven't been hyped for that since I had my PSP, and it was working.
Dang.
Ooh, is that on PC?
Yes, it is. We will be able to play it because our PCs are great.
Yeah.
Our internet's
is your PC great?
I mean, it has 16 gigabytes of RAM, friend. I think it can handle it. And hey, I can tune it to the lowest settings, and it'll be like I'm on my PSP again.
Nice. I'll be getting a sweet new computer.
Oh, then great. We'll definitely be able to handle that game.
Yeah.
It's so cool. We'll be able to play it. We'll be able to suck at it, and we'll be able to talk about it on the podcast once it comes out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or how disappointed I am in it because I've been a long-time fan of the series. Anyway, though,
the trailer was like great though.
For the Incredibles, yeah, it looks good. It's been 10 years?
15, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Do you guys remember that Incredibles game that was on the
Yes, of course I remember the Incredibles.
Yeah, I had that on the
Revenge of the
GameCube.
Underminer?
I went to John Scott's house to beat that game.
I had that game on my PC.
I never beat that game. There was that
was a
one
game I got in
bullshit section
India,
with Dash that I could just never get past.
Oh yeah.
And I beat The Simpsons Hit and Run. I've played my share of bullshit hard games. Okay, I beat that game 100%.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Simpsons Hit and Run it's fun. It's like
come on.
a more
People
childish
don't know
GTA,
about Simpsons Hit and Run?
But my god,
I mean,
some
some
of the levels
people
incredibly
don't.
difficult. It's for the best that they don't if they don't now.
Was
Same
on
with the
GameCube,
Scooby-Doo
right?
game. As much as I love it, it is dumb.
Simpsons was on GameCube, right?
Yeah, Hit and Run was on GameCube.
Okay.
It was the other one that was on Xbox 360, I believe.
Okay. Nice. It's been a while since we've recorded one of these podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last one we released was at the beginning of this month, and recorded was like mid-October. So it's been like just under a month, I think.
Yeah, we missed my birthday.
Yeah, Nishant's a full 2-decade-old adult now.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Welcome to the real world.
I have my jaded opinions
Welcome to Earth.
on the frickin' the future of this country. But we're not going to talk about that because I actually forgot the other half of the intro because it's been so long. The Lonely Time Podcast is here to talk about we try to avoid politics, current events, and
religion, unless it relates to video games because Hail Sithis, what's the other thing? Deus Vult.
No. No Sithis worship in here. This is a Christian server.
Oh, you're right. Hail Talos.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, that's better.
Right,
9 be
so,
praised. 9 be praised.
Yeah. Praise the 9. It is
so
known.
Can we get? God damn it. John Green doesn't have to put up with this bullshit.
I don't know who that is. Isn't that the guy with the lawnmowers?
Dude. Fault in Our Stars?
No.
Aww. Okay. Cancer Girl.
Anyway.
Yeah, way to bring it
Fault
up,
in Our Stars,
Andrew.
right?
Andrew.
Yeah, Cancer
We're
Girl.
supposed to be
I
making
saw a
your
couple
day
of
better.
for it.
We talk about fun stuff like video games.
Yeah,
movies,
you know
TV
what?
shows,
Cancer Girls.
then, like,
When you say Cancer Girl, I thought, 11 has cancer? Fuck.
You never saw that trailer for the movie of the girl who walks around with the oxygen tank and
Colostomy
stuff like
bag?
that?
No.
Okay.
I thought by Cancer Girl you meant, like, because my brain immediately went, okay, bald girls. What girls do we know that are bald? And then I thought Stranger Things. And then I thought, when was 11 confirmed for cancer? Did the actress get
I don't
cancer?
want to spoil it too much,
don't.
but not so bald this season.
Yeah, she looks pretty.
That was pretty cool. She looks bitchin'.
Yeah.
mad cool.
That was cool.
With that word exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
bitchin'. Hold on.
Anyway, so I guess we go into our first topic, which is Stranger Things season 3.
Yes.
Oh, that's disgusting.
What?
What? You okay?
Okay. So do you know what kombucha is?
Yeah? It's gross.
That's seaweed, right?
Kombucha's great. Kombucha is a fermented tea, and it's fermented with some
tea.
bacteria.
Fermented. So you let the tea rot a little while and then you boil it?
Ferment it. So I
Kinda like
have my bottle of kombucha out, and I just came across a very solid piece that was either
That's
bacteria or ginger, and I'm gonna choose to believe it was ginger. Because if it's bacteria, that's gross.
You could have tested that by smelling it, because ginger has a very strong, pungent smell.
Shoot, I could have. It was coming out of my mouth at the time, so.
Oh, then you could have recognized the taste. Rot tastes very distinctly like rot, and not ginger.
Okay.
Oof.
It didn't taste like
I've
rot.
had my share of
It's
moldy bread
probably
before. Not
some,
moldy,
like,
but
sort of
stale bread
ginger.
before. So
Why are you eating stale bread?
But I didn't realize it was stale because it was a baguette, right? And those
How
are
much
already
is
hard to
stale?
steal. So, probably too much. Probably too
I
much.
never leave a baguette.
No, because I
lying
thought,
around
okay,
because-
this baguette tastes kind of like sourdough now, but you know what? Baguettes
Oh,
always
yeah.
taste kind of weird, and they're always really hard. So, and also the mold on it was probably white, and that's why I thought, oh, okay, that's just flour.
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So I buttered that shit up and ate it.
Delicious.
Yeah. So if I don't, if I'm not here for next recording, that's probably why.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Dead to bread.
Dead to bread.
Dead from bread.
I never leave a baguette lying around because it's just so good fresh.
Mm.
It's just like, why would you want to like reheat that? It's just gonna be not as good.
Dude, we end up leaving baguettes like everywhere. It's disgusting.
What?
There are baguettes all over my house.
Really?
Little did we know, Andrew would just
at any
stockpiling
point,
baguettes.
there can be like a baguette, like 2 baguettes in my kitchen that are just kind of sitting there and no one's doing anything with.
I like to imagine they get lost
you
like the
the
car
baguette
keys in Andrew's
cleanup
house.
man?
Like they're just in between couch cushions. Like, what's
Sorry,
this?
sorry.
Dude, like, are you like the dedicated like baguette cleaner, and you just like go and you just like, well, and then you just put it in your mouth?
I
I
don't
like-
want to do the carbs.
Oof.
I
What?
assume he just wait.
Like,
what?
you
Why do you have
washing your
baguettes
weight.
then? Why do you have
For
baguettes
soup.
everywhere?
They're soup baguettes.
Are they
Soup baguettes.
gluten-free baguettes at least?
No.
What are you trying to?
No.
avoid
I mean, I
carbs
eat the
for?
carbs when I have soup, but like just sitting around, it's probably not healthy.
Probably.
Yeah. So
doesn't stop me. But...
a lot's happened since our last recording session.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I finished watching Stranger Things season 2.
I have not. I am.
How?
I'm like, well, I have to study for midterms.
Oh yeah.
Remember that
Where are
school
you?
that
What?
the one thing in my life?
You mean finals?
No, because because last week it was a midterm. Now it's finals.
Yeah, now it's finals.
Yeah.
So it's finals.
Wait, no, because
We
I had,
had
midterms
like
I had a
2 months
midterm last
ago.
week. Remember?
Yeah,
Nick?
so
2
you're not
weeks ago,
studying
rather.
for midterms anymore.
No, but no, because I wasn't able to watch Stranger Things last week because I was studying for a midterm.
Ah.
How far have you gotten?
I'm like 3 episodes back. I'm at the bit where Hopkins gets rescued from the underground thing.
Yeah.
And they have the big elevator shaft, which is dumb, by the way.
No.
They don't have... No. Hear me out. The elevator shaft makes sense. That's
Yeah.
easy access. The fact that there's no airlock, like there's no secure floor between the big hole in the ground and the elevator is dumb. There should be like a little airlock there and then another airlock to enter the facility. But no, it's just bulletproof glass because, it's fine. It's just...
Yeah. They're scientists, not engineers.
Oh, my God. One engineer.
Fresh me.
If they had one engineer, the world would be safe. But no.
Right? That episode was crazy,
don't even get me started
though.
on how they tested the dirt. Okay? That is not...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, we figured... Okay, so there's nothing in this dirt but pesticides. But watch what happens when we heat this shit in fluid
All
containers,
the other
by
dirt.
the way. Granulated cylinders. You don't... Why would you put dirt in there? There's no reason to put dirt in those.
I'm sorry,
Those
Mr.
are for
Chem
liquids.
Major. Yeah.
No.
I'm glad you guys are talking about Stranger Things season 2 because that means I get to work my editing magic and like put a little link that says, "Oh, skip to this section if you don't want
We're talking about the most menial shit, Nishan.
True. You
I haven't
also
even
have
got to
to
the plot
include
points.
Maybe it's
YouTube magic
important.
in that as well.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just
FYI.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could just have the text pop up on screen and they can do it manually.
No, but Stranger Things is amazing. You need to watch Stranger Things.
It really is.
sometime.
I will say
I will give it another chance.
Yeah.
I do have a couple complaints though.
About this season? Or
yeah,
in total?
Just in general.
Is it Max?
God no. I'm
Okay.
okay with Max for the time being. My complaints are these. 1, I understand why everyone's okay with the giant power plant because that's what supplies power to the town. That makes sense. That's whatever. People can ignore that.
Mhm.
What I'm not okay with is how they were able to cover up the death of the dude in the diner from season 1 so easily. Like, that's a local. The death of the soldiers, whatever. Those are outsiders. People wouldn't necessarily know those guys.
Uh-huh.
You know? That makes sense. But how do you hide the swarm of weird, like, faceless dog things running around? How does no one in this town notice that?
That's true.
Like, this town is just asking to get abducted by aliens or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, these are the people from fucking Twin Peaks just running around. Like, it's
Peaks.
everyone from the Twilight Zone that survived the Twilight Zone just lives here now.
Have you seen Twin
Weird.
Peaks, Mikkel?
No, I've watched a few episodes. I just don't remember.
Mikkel-
I
Mikkel
feel
just
like
hit
you
us with
wouldn't
all
like
these.
it, but I also feel it's pretty anime, so you might actually like it.
Yeah, you know what? If they pose, I probably would like it.
Oh my god. You're terrible, Andrew.
It's pretty anime.
Meanwhile, it's all in Japanese, and Andrew just doesn't remember that fact.
No, it's just legit anime.
And
the Red
meanwhile,
Room.
no one's wearing clothes. Like, they're all just wearing, like, clothes that vacuum sealed to their chests for no reason.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's basically most anime.
No, but I mean, Twin Peaks was made by the guy who did Blue Velvet and stuff like that, and he's known for like strange stories. And the concept was he was given an hour on or 30 minutes on network television, and he wanted to parody the trend of soap operas at the time.
Mhm.
So Twin Peaks is very soap opera-y, but it's kind of ironically soap opera-y. It's very good.
I'll
Twin
go back
Peaks
and
and Blue
watch
Velvet.
it and see what
Twin
I think.
Peaks and Blue Velvet both sound like pornos.
They're very similar.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks and Blue
Twin
Velvet.
Peaks more than Blue Velvet. but
You could almost see Blue Velvet and Twin Peaks being in the same universe.
And some nutters on the internet do.
like Kyle
Nutters.
MacLachlan.
Well done to bring it back to the porno theory, Nishan.
Becomes a detective in later life and goes to a different small town. Yeah.
Because, there were experiences in Twin Peaks. Oh, let's add to that lore. After the whole being a sheriff or a detective in Blue Velvet doesn't work out, they moved to an even smaller town. The town of
actually became an
Hopkins,
FBI
and then
agent.
they moved
Oh,
to
shoot,
Hopkins.
yeah.
Because they're like, you know what? No, I've had enough of fucking all these murders. I'm moving to Hopkins. No one dies here. The worst they have
Has
to
a
deal with is,
daughter.
like, communist scares. That's it. Nope. Yeah.
He has a daughter, grows a sweet beard. The daughter...
Grows a sweet, gets a hat.
Whatever happened to the daughter? Did she die?
I'm pretty sure she's dead, yeah.
Okay.
And that's why he's out in the woods by himself.
Okay, nice.
I've lost the train of this
It's
conversation.
It's gone off the rails.
We're establishing lore, Nishan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit us up, Netflix. We got you. If you want writers for your show.
Mikkel, can you explain why it says Redwall/hype here?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so hype we already went over. We are all, we're hype for Incredibles because
Yes.
I saw the teaser trailer for that, and I'm just so excited.
Super
It looks like they're going to... And I'm cautiously hyped. From what I saw in the trailer, it looks like they're not going with, because it's been 15 years, everyone's grown up, and now life's changed. But it's just a direct
How is
sequel to The
Finding
Incredibles.
Dory?
Finding Dory, I quite liked.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I believe.
The thing is, Incredibles 1 left off with that...
With the Underminer, yeah.
Yeah, which could
I
very
remember that
easily
moment
lead into a
vividly.
second movie.
Yeah.
But we already had the video game.
That was
but who
the
played
main
that?
story of the
I
video
didn't
game.
play that.
That's true. I thought you said you did.
No, I played
Everyone
the
said-
Incredibles video game based on the movie.
Ah.
The
I
Underminer
know
was
that.
not on GameCube, or if it was, I could not find a copy of it at the time.
Oh, the
I
one I
don't
played on
think so.
GameCube had the Underminer, and that was like the big thing.
Oh, then that I wasn't able to find a copy of that at the store.
Okay.
So
It's
also
pretty
the
good.
videos. Also, if that doesn't help things, it doesn't help things that the video store that I'd buy my GameCube games from closed a few years back. So,
And is becoming... Oh, actually, no. You don't live in South Pass.
No, I live near Eagle Rock,
Yeah.
on the border of Glendale and Eagle Rock.
Was it a Blockbuster?
No, it was not. It was an Eagle Rock Video Rentals. It is now
Oh.
a dance studio.
Nice.
Nice.
Rippin' video stores.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Redwall?
Redwall. Yeah, one of you guys recommended it to me.
I think both of us did.
Andrew, you've read Redwall, yeah?
No.
But then why did you recommend
It was
to
me and Paul.
Because
probably
it's supposed to
then.
be
Oh,
good.
it was okay. It was Nishant and Paul. Okay, so Redwall is baby's first Game of Thrones,
Kinda, yeah.
and I mean
Yes.
that in the
That's what I
best
got.
way possible. It is a surprisingly dark but lighthearted book series about not anthropomorphic.
They're just mice with swords.
Yeah.
Yeah, mice, rodents, just generally animals with
Yeah.
swords. I've read through the first couple books. I'm reading through the third now because I'm
Ooh,
curious
nice.
if they'll ever provide an explanation for why in the fuck the hero thought, and the hero Martin the Warrior, the guy whose tapestry is in Redwall
Yeah,
Abbey. Nishant, you know the plot.
Mhm.
So
Dude, it's in the opening.
yeah, of the anime, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop calling it an anime. God damn.
No, of the cartoon. I only know the
Yes.
cartoon exists because of a Deus Volt meme, so there you go.
Oh my god.
You've seen it. It's where the
Yeah, of course.
where the sea rats are saying Allahu Akbar, and then everyone else comes in yelling Deus Volt, and we
Jeez.
will take Jerusalem.
and
It's
we're
great.
cutting this out.
Yeah. Well,
So
why? It's
you're
me.
on the
Look, yeah, we are.
third
I'm
book?
on the third book. The first book establishes how a timid mouse turns out to be the chosen one. He picks up the magic sword wielded by Martin when he first defended the abbey
Uh-huh.
via a series of convoluted puzzles and riddles that he left behind.
Uh-huh.
I was hoping that book 2 would elaborate on this because it was about Martin the Warrior when he, was just Martin the Warrior and not the savior of Redwall.
Mm.
But no, it just focuses on how he was, one, a rat too angry to die, and how he gets captured by some wildcats and then makes friends with a mouse, like a master thief or whatever mouse that got caught by the same wildcats.
And he can
helps
bring him
escape.
back from the dead?
No. He's alive in the way that the Scotsman in Samurai Jack is alive. He's a weird ghost rat thing.
Weird.
Kind of like the Skaven. He's basically the Great Horned Rat. You know what? That's it. Yeah, Redwall's basically the story of the Skaven, except with much less mutilation and rape.
We've gone to the realm of references I don't understand.
Warhammer.
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 Okay.
Basically, oh yeah, there's actually a lot of parallels between. I'm sure that I could probably write out a 5-page essay on the parallels between Martin the Warrior and the Great Horned Rat. But I won't. I'm too lazy.
Yeah.
But it is an interesting topic to think about. Yeah, maybe that's the lore, Nishan. Like this was all setting up Warhammer and the story of the Skaven.
Oh my god.
Why were you upset with it then?
I was upset with it because it never explained at what point Martin the Warrior was like, you know what? I am going to have the chosen one. He will not betray me. I will not have the high ground. It's fine. And I'm going to set up his inheritance of my shield and my sword via a series of tombs and riddles and puzzles that he will somehow have to figure out.
Oh, like you were upset there wasn't the
that
lore
there was no
behind him
explanation
setting
for
up the
this.
thing.
At no point in book 2 was Martin like, I'm dying, set up my tomb, make it sweet, put some puzzles in. Thanks, fam.
To be fair, don't you think like after he dies, wouldn't they save his sword?
No, but there's also a second
puzzles
series of
save
tombs for separate loot.
Yeah, wouldn't
set up
that
by
just be
someone
like
else.
security measures.
No, there weren't. The only security measure was solving the riddle.
Yeah,
and at no
that...
point was there an impetus to fucking solve the riddle. Like, if the tapestry wasn't stolen in book 1, they would have never found out. Because the inscription was behind the tapestry. Which I'm assuming had to have been hung after Martin died, because no one but dictators puts up a giant fucking painting of themselves in their house.
Yeah.
Oh, but maybe that was it. Maybe Martin was a cruel king. Ooh.
It sounds like, to me, Mikkel, your main issue with it is the lack of GameCube game tie-in.
Yeah, that's probably it. You know what? If you say that, there's probably a Redwall GameCube game that's brutal as shit and focuses on the... Maybe it's an RTS.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be great. That would be amazing.
It took so long for like movie tie-in games to be good.
It's not a movie though. It's a
book. It's
a TV show.
Yeah, but like those were usually worse.
Maybe, yeah.
I can't.
So look out for Donatime Studios. Redwall.
Look out for the Telltale Redwall
on
series.
GameCube.
On GameCube.
Telltale Redwall
We're gonna
would
release
be
on
sweet.
GameCube.
Telltale Redwall would be sweet. Like you decide
that would be
whether
super sweet though.
Oh my god. See, Telltale, if you want some writers,
please,
we got you.
This is the Downtime Shooting Studios Shills for Job podcast.
No, more like I do. You guys are putting in no effort.
Oh my god. It's because you're the most desperate out of all of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I have no experience
that
with
said,
the
though,
Redwall IP.
A Redwall game would be great. Like, if they focused on the story and the characters, rather than adding more gameplay, because... Actually, a Dark Souls-style Redwall would be pretty good as well.
That would be weird.
But then how would you come back to life?
You don't.
Yeah.
Permadeath.
And then take your humanity back.
Yeah.
Permadeath. It's like the next generation needs to save Redwall. Like, you fucked up, your son takes over. Or your daughter.
What about, like, Redwall, the strategy game?
Total War Redwall.
You mean Tooth and Tail?
Redwall Total War.
Wow. in the Middle Ages. So you get to be like a lord, and you have a castle, and you can like marry off and your daughters.
You can marry them off. You can sell your prisoners.
You can
into
go
slavery.
to war and like
you can set up huge countrywide alliances and
imprison
then
people when they're.
So what you're saying is you want Crusader Mice 2.
Yes. That would be amazing. You can retake Jerusalem.
Oh my god.
No. They're not taking Jerusalem. They're Skaven, so they're building like a city underneath Jerusalem and then causing it to collapse from below.
Whoa.
Nice.
That's what the Skaven do, right?
That's quite
they build
the plan.
underways. No, that's actually what they did in book.
Why care about Jerusalem then at that point?
No. Look, what they did in book 2, what Martin and the others did was the Wildcats were in a castle. The castle was in this little like lower plain that used to be a lake but dried up because the river that coursed like relatively close by to it diverted its course. So they just dug some tunnels and flooded the lake, drowning everyone in the castle.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sounds dark.
So Martin the Warrior, not actually the best warrior. Granted, the plan was done without his knowing. And he only gave the green light at the very end, but, you know, I don't.
Yeah.
That's not very honorable, is it? Like at the very least, the antagonist in the first thing, he was never like, okay, we'll get some hostages. No, we'll dig tunnels under the walls. We will smash through the gate with a battering ram. We will build a bridge from this tree to their wall, or we'll just build a fucking siege tower, which is awesome. I wasn't expecting a siege tower.
Do,
yeah, no, but he used traditional military strategy, and there was some honor in the way he fought. Which I approve of.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. And the only reason he was bad and horrible was because he'd put himself in a position where he had to be. Like he'd had this Mongol horde of rats that would only follow him because they were terrified of him and fucking up their shit.
Damn.
Like he couldn't back down. This was his only option.
So, I like how you corrected yourself from breaking to fucking up their shit. Why you don't have to correct yourself to be more crude.
No, because breaking their shit's not really what. Because breaking their shit would imply that he's just breaking their weapons. Like, oh damn it, boss! Why'd you break my spear? Now I can't fight.
Or their spines.
That's true. No, but he wouldn't have broken their spines because he fought with the poison thing on the end of his tail, so he just stabbed them with that.
Oh.
And you're not really breaking anything with that. You're more just sort of, poisoning them with that.
Okay. So Mikkel's review of book 1 of Redwall out of
book 1,
23.
Why 23? Okay, yeah, 18.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. And then the review of book 2 out of 3.
Out of 3.
4.
That's a lot more skewed.
Out of 4.
Out of 4.
Yeah.
3.
Nice.
It's not.
So you heard it here first. Book 2 is much better than book 1.
Wait. Yeah, you know what?
That's why we can't use numerical scores to judge how good something is.
Hey, do you guys see any movies?
Have I?
Lately?
I have not.
You guys go first. I gotta think back on this.
Yesterday I finished watching Donnie Darko on Netflix.
Ooh.
That was super good.
I've never seen that.
Give us a little rundown.
It's very good. Sorry, Nishan?
Give us a little rundown.
So, Donnie Darko is kind of this cult classic that came out in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about this.
It's about the dude in a bunny suit, right?
No, it's about this kid who is very disturbed and has a lot of issues. And he hallucinates a man in a bunny suit coming to him.
It's his stand. Okay, yeah.
And it tells him to kill his family?
It tells him to do a lot of things. It doesn't really tell him to kill his family, but there's questions of destiny and time travel, and it's very well done. The music choice in it is fantastic. It's set in the late 80s, which is your Stranger Things tie-in, so for music at least. Yeah. It features Gary Jules playing Mad World, a cover, and it's very good.
Ew.
It's if you know the song Mad World, that's the version you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it reminded me a lot of, and this is unfortunate, at least nowadays, but of American Beauty.
What is
that? American Beauty is a movie about Kevin Spacey who preys on a young girl.
Oh, so much for keeping it light, huh?
So,
unfortunate.
I hoped you had watched it because it is.
At least it wasn't about him.
But both taking heavily
advantage of a young boy.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Both heavily feature a philosophy. Heavy, deep philosophy in suburbia, and it's very interesting. I think it's worth your time. Definitely.
Mikkel, have you seen any movies?
Not that I can think of, no.
Well, dang. I guess we're moving on to music.
All right.
So me and Andrew, every now and then, we always share. We try to get the other to come over to our side of the music tree. And so I send Andrew good music, and Andrew sends me weird music.
And I just send you trash. Yeah.
That's very offensive.
I never listen to your music, Mikkel.
Why? I'm actually posting legitimate music over here.
I'm joking. I listen to your music.
I had to listen to your music.
It's pretty
Mikkel.
good.
I wanna put time into that.
Mm-hmm.
What music are you posting, Mikkel? Is it metal stuff or?
Well, no, because metal specifically for me working out.
Okay.
If I'm not doing that, I'm just not in the mood for it. I'm not.
Is it
enough.
Electronic stuff?
No, it tends to be jazz because when I'm not working out, I'm studying.
Yeah, that's why
Okay.
I like
So-
Mikhail's music taste.
It tends to be fairly smooh. I've got a playlist set up, so actually, yeah, you're following me, so you should be able to listen to that at any point.
On Spotify?
So, yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So Nishan, I'm sorry, you were saying.
So I had shown Andrew had stumbled upon Run the Jewels, which is the hip hop duo of Killer Mike and LP.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him to listen to both Run the Jewels 2 and 3. And in exchange, Andrew gave me what was it? The Two-Face Boy, but that was the album
No,
for
that was in exchange for Sampha.
Oh yeah. All right, so I had given
I've
him.
heard of neither of these
I've
things.
given him the Sampha album Process, which is his only album,
Which is pretty
And-
good. It was a chill kind of R&B album, and
Yeah.
I showed you In the Airplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel.
Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah.
So
Neutral
Andrew,
Milk
would you like to
Hotel.
share your Sampha findings?
Yeah, Sampha was good. I don't know. It's very calm. I liked it a lot. I think the piano usage was really nice. And the voice behind it is really good.
Yeah, I love Sampha's voice. He makes use of a lot of sort of very soft tones. But there was and that song only that album only really had one sort of high paced song, high energy
High
song,
tempo song.
Yeah.
which is usually this kind of songs I enjoy, which is Blood on Me. But the rest of the songs are much softer, but they're done in such a way that even I, who frickin' has gone through all these phases of super hardcore angry music, I really enjoyed them.
Mm-hmm.
Neutral Milk Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
They're a weird band.
They are.
In the Airplane Over the Sea was a weird album. I liked a lot of the time. In my opinion, I didn't like it that much personally, but mostly because a lot of the time it was sort of entirely centralized around this sort of strange story and the main vocalist. Which in my opinion, was the weakest part of the band. But when it was just when it was more put together and there was all these instruments and it was guitars and there was drums and there's freaking I was in an accordion sample. What was I talking about?
You were talking about
theremin
a
sample.
theremin.
A theremin sample.
Yeah.
And so and they had a theremin. It was this it was this weird, super interesting sort of lively thing.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I don't like a lot of soft rock because I feel in my opinion, it's just I don't like the sort of tone of this sort of slow. I don't know. Part of me feels like it's a waste of all the instruments, and part of me feels like it's just not for me. That sort of slower kind of storytelling, soft background guitar strumming sort of thing. Not a big fan of it.
Well, that's weird to me because I would say that the album that you gave me was much lower energy than the one than In the Airplane Over the Sea.
Yeah, it was. But I think it's more about the genre and how the slowness plays into that.
I see.
Because to me, soft rock is white dudes complaining about stuff, and soft R&B is more
That's what
about
I said about new metal, I think.
That did.
Soft rock, it depends. It's on a variety
Soft
of
rock,
topics.
and definitely
Yeah.
this album is not about that.
Yeah.
This album's very interesting. It's very weird. It's about a strange place and the strange people inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really cool. The sort of storytelling aspect of it. I just didn't like the singer's voice. That was the main thing that sort of ruined it for me.
Do you know the YouTube channel The Neil Drop?
Yeah.
You ought to check out his review on the Neutral Milk Hotel, or In the Airplane Over the Sea specifically.
Yeah.
That because I didn't like it that much when I first listened to it, but when I saw his review of it, it got me liking it a lot more.
No, it's like it is a critical look can like sort of highlight a lot of the little tiny things
Definitely, yeah.
inside of the album that makes you appreciate it a bit more.
Yeah.
And that's true of any music. Except for Nightcore.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about Nightcore.
Mikkel, have you been listening to anything other than Nightcore?
Actually, I don't like Nightcore. I can say that right now.
No one likes Nightcore.
What is Nightcore again?
Nightcore is music sped up to the point where I guess the intention is that the singer sounds like a chipmunk or some sort of anime waifu. It sounds horrible. It's very lazy. It's just a song sped up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is the worst thing.
Okay.
Second only to horrible meme mashups that aren't in the same key, where the songs aren't in the same key. They're just matched in terms of the rhythm and nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, my standard for it is Neil Cicierega, because he does good shit.
He does good stuff.
Yeah.
He's really
As
good.
for new music that I've been listening to, I tend to find most of my music just working out because I put it on a new metal playlist every so often just to see what's there, because I don't... When I'm studying, I require it to be slow and consistent and quiet, the music, so I make my own playlist. And if it's like... Because a lot of jazz is solos that are... they don't sound bad, but they're just too random, and that just throws me off. If that makes sense. Like, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but for metal, every now and again, I'll just put on something new. So I've gotten into Avenged Sevenfold a little bit. Some of their songs are pretty good.
I don't know any of their stuff, but I know they're pretty big.
I've gotten into... Where'd that accent come from? My God. No, I've also found a band called Powerwolf, and I like their song titles. Like
That's it?
No, I like their song titles. The lead vocalist has a great voice, and I like the way that they use their instruments. Of particular note is like among their song titles is Resurrection by Erection, and I think that just speaks for itself. It's great.
Are they perhaps Scandinavian?
No, they're a German power metal band.
Shoot, I found this amazing. There's this subreddit called r/album art porn.
r/ is this the fake album covers one, or is
looks
this
nice in Reddit has to follow has to have the suffix porn behind it for some reason.
I'll look this up.
But they post like amazing album art.
If I end up finding porn, I'm going to be very disappointed in you.
Oh my God.
And they posted this one Finnish band.
Okay, no, it actually is albums. Good.
There you go. I want you to try and read that to me, Mikkel.
Read what?
I sent you a link in Discord.
Okay, I will try to read this. Oh, I need to open it. Hold on.
I'll have to put it up in the video, so you should just...
Okay. Oh, this is edge metal.
Bizarre.
Oh, I love these. Oh, it's like a CAPTCHA. It's like one of those CAPTCHA text things. Oh, man. I'd never be able to register for anything if this was the... Is this a Scandinavian thing? Is this Norwegian?
Oh, Jesus.
I think it's Finnish.
Yeah, it's not English. I was wondering why.
Oh, Lord.
Would you try and read the title, Mikkel?
That's like something a middle schooler would tattoo on their back. Because there wouldn't just because there wouldn't be enough room on their chests.
So, for reference, the album art
the album
is
cover, though.
Illegible as to what the name of the band
The actual content of the art is cool, though. It's like the Egyptian god. Is that?
Horus.
I was going to say Thoth, so I could say Begone Thoth, but
oh
well
my
done.
God.
You pre-opted me.
You and your memes.
I'm gonna try and read the name of this band.
Oh man, what is
this?
We're gonna.
Exim Parentuser Keth Zebibship to.
That actually is what they called their god, by the way. It's Thoth. It was spelled O-W-O. Like, those are the closest letters we've got. So, be gone. Oh, whoa, what's this? Be gone, Thoth.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And this is the quality.
We're gonna move on.
Content.
We're gonna move on from
this
music.
is great.
Jesus.
Any other Scandinavian bands you've been listening to, Mikkel?
Well, I already talked about Sabaton, I think. That was last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what else?
They sound good.
Oh, you've looked them up.
They sound good from what you described.
Okay, I'd recommend looking them up.
Okay.
Mikhail, I'm gonna be sending you some new jazz as well.
Okay.
Maybe something
Acid
a
jazz?
little more exciting. Huh? Not acid jazz.
What is acid jazz?
Acid jazz is a certain variation of jazz that was in the 60s? I don't know. I wouldn't know. But it is weird and cool.
Okay.
Jazz is cool.
Okay.
I'm looking through my my playlist right now.
I this week my earbuds have been kind of messing up and my phone has been kind of messing up, so I haven't been able to listen to much of anything. But I did get things to work with, like headphones on my way to classes, and I listened to Run the Jewels 2.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
which
is.
was super good. Run the Jewels, Nishant described already, is a hip hop duo with LP and Killer Mike headlining it. They do hip hop, and the lyrics are amazing. The beats that they have are great. And
there's a lot of weird samples. There's a lot of fun and creativity, and a lot of their music is. It's not like it has a sort of political kind of theme, but it's not political rap.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
It's got this sort of like feeling of like fun, and like, but there is like darker tones, and those darker tones are political because it's about how people are treated and how people should be treated.
Okay.
And I love them, and they've. If you've heard any of their music, it's probably been in like some EA game because they usually license that sort of thing.
Or one of my films.
Oh yeah. Andrew had a film project.
And a mental breakdown.
And that too. Andrew, tell us about your mental breakdown. I mean, your film project.
So, I don't want to speak badly about the people I was working with because they're great people, and honestly, a lot of it comes down to me. But and group projects, just in general, right? Like, no one likes group projects.
Mm-hmm.
So I was given a group project to work with a couple people in my film class, and they weren't super organized when it came to film days, which gave me a lot of like stress and stuff like that. Cause
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, because I have to it puts me in the position of kind of leading things, or making sure that we get a good amount filmed that day, or at least before the day of recording. But what my group lacked in fantastic organization, they more than made up for it in creativity and coming up with ideas for the film, which in the end caused stress over on my side, but as I look back on it, wasn't too much. Or the stress was there. The reasons weren't much there. It was kind of more fabricated in my own mind. And so this is why we're recording it a little, like, 2 weeks later than we normally would. Just because I didn't want to record that day, and the next weekend Mikhail had to study for something or other. And Mikhail is dead.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm
Welcome back.
Yeah, you asked me about new bands I was listening to. Yeah.
No,
that was a while back.
That was a while back. Okay, damn it.
Oh my god.
But something we did want to talk about in the last recording session was esports, specifically the Overwatch competitive league. So leading up to this, I want to ask you guys: do you guys follow esports
God, no.
Anything like that?
I used to, but I sort of fell out of love with it because I stopped playing the game. I used to play a lot more League than I do, and so I like to watch the pro players because they were so much better at it, and it was super entertaining and like very competitive, and there's a lot of energy. But and maybe they do something weird that I could pick up on. But usually, what ended up happening is I go back to play League, and then someone else is doing exactly what they saw frickin' Faker do, and they can't pull it off, and they die, and they feed, and I'm sad. And so, like, I sort of fell out of love with esports.
Yeah, I pop on a. I don't follow esports religiously. I'll pop on like a CS:GO competitive or a Rocket League competitive game if it's on, and I see it on Twitch. But wouldn't say I follow that stuff like religiously. But the Overwatch competitive league was announced recently.
Okay.
And everyone's getting their own like team uniforms, and they're all representing cities and stuff like that, and it's all well organized and things like that, and should be starting pretty soon, I think, actually.
Yeah, I think it's
December.
Gonna be, I think hard maybe on that.
Yeah. But Nishant and I, December 6th, we're doing
you guys are going
some.
Pro?
Yeah, we're gonna join the LA Gladiators and be the only people there from Los Angeles.
It's okay. I'm gonna hook you up. I can get some shirts made.
We came to the realization when looking at these team rosters that none of the people representing the place that they're meant to be representing are from the place that they're representing.
That's depressing.
Which is depressing and kind of infuriating.
Yeah, like I think the worst culprit was the London team.
Yeah.
That's owned by an American esports organization that has a full Korean roster.
It's like actual pro sports.
And
who'd have thought?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it's trying to be way more like pro sports. It's like, oh, you can get like all these different foreigners from all these different places. In League of Legends, there's a limit on how many foreign talents you could bring in because you sort of want each region to be its own.
You want to be represented.
Yeah, you don't want like whoever wins to be the one who threw money around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it to be like real sports. No.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we want it to be like competitive and like passionate. We don't want it to be like dudes, freaking a bunch of 13-year-olds on a bunch of Korean 13-year-olds on a lethal dose of Adderall.
Nishant, also New York team is all from Korea.
Oh yeah, the New York.
Which Korea? True Korea or fake Korea?
Oh my
fake
God!
Korea, of course.
No.
Okay, got it. So neither Koreas.
Why would anyone leave True Korea, Mikkel? True Korea is best Korea.
Oh my God!
People are trying to leave false Korea so that they can get to better lands.
Can we not?
Such as America, yes.
Jesus Christ!
It's okay. We haven't talked about any specific Korea. Everyone knows Third Korea is best Korea.
Oh my God!
Are you talking about Taiwan?
No, Third Korea is fake. What do you mean?
That's awful.
Oh, no. That's terrible. I wasn't even going there. I was thinking, wait, Third Korea is not real, so I can joke about
fake.
it.
What?
My joke was Third Korea doesn't exist. There's one, like there is North Korea and there is South Korea, and then there's like my joke was there's like a third Korea like in between that no one acknowledges. It's like Atlantis.
But you know that everyone on the Seoul team is from Korea.
Oh, well,
yeah, obviously.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're the Seoul team.
It's
either that or they're from Louisiana. What do you mean?
What's cool is one of the San Francisco teams is actually from Tijuana, Mexico. That's fancy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
It's so weird, like seeing that because it's like, I get, like
you get why they do it. It's just
I get why they do it because they want to win, but like that's
like it's video games.
It's gross.
It's only
gross
game.
And racist.
What? Racist though. It's
I wouldn't go that far, but
I think the main thing is that like
it's not
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Finish.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I think the way League of Legends does it is the best way, which is to have a limit on how many foreign players they can have, and then if those foreign players become the citizen of the place they're staying, then they don't count against the team
I
as
like
having
that this
foreign
is something
players.
that needs to be considered.
Yeah, because like it's like if this person is supposed to be representing like the pool of talent from this area, and it's not like if they were just called like the frickin' the super murderers,
The
or
super
like
murderers.
the frickin' edgelords. I would be totally cool with it because it's like, oh, it's just an organization. They gather.
Yeah, it's just
they're
super
specifically
organization of edgy
they're
middle
attached-
schoolers. The super
They're
murderers.
attached to a city's name.
Yeah, the London Spitfires, the LA Gladiators, the frickin' Taiwan Tigers. No, it's the Korean Tigers or like some other thing.
Soul
Tigers.
The Seoul
Dynasty.
Tiger. Soul Dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to be ruling the matches. Ha 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 ha.
Lale.
Funny. But like, hey, maybe the games will be even because now every team is a Korean team.
If that's the logic, everyone at the Olympics could just do steroids as long as it's the same steroid being used.
Some
for
countries
if
have.
if that was legal, every team would.
Because like that's the logic here, though. Like if everyone cheats the same way, it's fine.
Yeah, it is.
Like, do we really want just nothing but like elite Korean kids in league? No, we want our places to be represented.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it'll make for good matches if you want to see which techniques are better. But like, you know,
Do we
what's
know
the point then?
if there's a prize pool yet on these things?
Well, not officially, but
I think there will be one. I think they're like using the sales of loot. Once the event starts, they'll be using the sales of loot boxes to fund that.
Okay.
Loot boxes.
Which
Oh,
is-
don't bring us back to loot boxes.
We're not gonna go back.
No, we can't go back to
Time.
Shadow of Loot boxes. That was
So I think
Microtransactions,
the
though.
cash goes into that. Like,
uh-huh.
they hire the best players, not necessarily from where they are, even if there are those people around here. I'm sure LA's full of people who could easily represent LA and are amazing at Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the weirdest part for me. Like,
Yeah.
Like there's
they
no
could
shortage
easily-
of Overwatch players in America. I mean,
yeah, exactly. And good Overwatch players, too.
Yeah.
And
And it's just like it's sort of disheartening to see like all these American teams and all those Korean flags, and it's just like, oh, okay,
yeah.
cool.
Hashtag
Yeah.
make pro Overwatch great again.
Oh my god.
So-
But I don't know. Like personally, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe all those Korean players do live here, and maybe they were just born there. But I
Like they're
don't know.
just
Yeah.
specifically getting Korean players from Koreatown and also
I
San
don't know.
Marino.
Maybe who knows?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, that's just my gripes and Andrew's gripes as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That's true. I mean, where it would get hard is if there's a bunch of Filipino players from a California team, because those guys could easily be from Glendale or Eagle Rock.
Yeah.
One
That's
of them could
true.
be me.
How do these things work, Nishant? How much cash goes into, like, from a manager position?
What do managers in
what do you mean?
esports do?
They usually like manage cash flow, organize.
Okay, so they're
organize
not the ones.
transportations.
So there are there coaches in esports?
There are coaches and managers are two separate things usually.
If I wanted
Okay.
to open up a team for next year's LCS,
Yes.
how much cash would I be looking at spending?
How much are you willing to shill loot
$200,000?
boxes?
200,000.
I think. That's a
Okay,
hard
yeah,
maybe,
cool. We'll
because
just
either
refinance
you
the
have
house.
to buy,
Yeah.
either you have to buy another team's spot, or you need to get to build a team from the ground up and win the promotion tournament, which is sort of unlikely because the promotion tournament is not only have a lot of great talent, they also have like people from the LCS dropping down and fighting for their spot to get back in.
Do you think we could get you, Paul, Ish, I don't know, who else? Taylor, Vivian involved?
To
I'll
fund
manage
a
you
team
guys.
or make a team?
Make a team out of you guys?
Absolutely not.
I think you
Wow.
guys would do good.
No,
Just
I feel
immediately
like you guys
shot
would do
down.
well.
not even remotely.
As long as
The
I'm
main-
not playing.
Andrew doesn't have context because he doesn't play League much, so he doesn't
No.
know like the
Oh, I thought we were
the
talking about
gulf
Overwatch still.
between like our skill level and the pro skill
No,
level.
the learning curve between
I guess.
casuals in league and pros is insane.
The gulf
there
between
is.
me and casuals is insane.
That's just
Uh, You
So
beat
that-
some casuals.
I can't even see that gulf because the other gulf is in the way.
But see,
Like,
Andrew,
big.
you know the way I bridge that gulf?
Uh-huh.
Only playing Garen. That's
Nice.
my strat. Yeah.
When
Being
was
a
the
one
last time
trick
you played
is a
League?
great way to bridge the
High
gulf.
school.
Nice.
So that gap has widened now.
Yeah.
And
probably.
I'm never going to bother bridging it again because
Plus
I am
Garen
obsessed.
changes and
Yeah. If they've changed his
yeah.
hair, I'm going to riot.
No, they haven't.
Hey, sweet name of the company that makes League of Legends. Riot.
Oh, I hadn't even meant that. Wow. I'm just
So,
shilling unconsciously now.
Thanksgiving is coming up.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys do
yeah.
anything for Thanksgiving?
You know, I'll let you guys go first, because otherwise this will be like the Halloween episode again.
Oh God.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
you
but-
go first.
For Thanksgiving, I always go up to one of my grandparents' houses, because we host Christmas and they host Thanksgiving. So either we end up going to nowadays Oceanside, California, or we go up to Barstow. This year we're going up to Barstow, California,
Ooh.
for 3 days, coming back Saturday. And I don't know, it's not bad. The food's always good, you know.
The last time you told me about Barstow, you say a bunch of meth heads shiv each other over there.
You were at Barstow. You saw this.
Yeah. There were
Sounds like a
meth
good
heads,
trip.
but they were not. They were not shivs.
No, there aren't usually shivs.
I was promised shiving. Damn it.
No, I never promised shivs. You're
Damn.
misinterpreting.
I was promised blood sport, Andrew.
Oh God.
Do you have a Thanksgiving traditions?
Usually we just sort of it is sort of like everyone else's Thanksgiving traditions. We gather the family, we cook a lot of food, and we passive aggressive at each other for a while.
Yes, we get that.
In Hindi,
That's always fun.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, sometimes in Hindi, sometimes in English.
Nice.
Okay.
Usually, if I have to say something scathing, I say it in English because I'm more eloquent in English.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good food.
Oh, the food is amazing.
Is it a traditional American Thanksgiving? Like you got the turkey and everything.
Food wise, no.
That's
We've had a turkey before, but it wasn't that great. We don't like turkey that much because we can't make it like awesome, as Indian people usually do. So we usually just get a whole chicken.
Oh,
And
nice.
sometimes some Cornish game hen, but that usually like if it's on sale at Costco.
Oh, okay.
But like it's not usually very traditional. It's just sort of like a really big Indian feast, which is awesome because Indian feasts are the best feasts. I will debate you and fight you and win.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mikhail, do you have a Thanksgiving traditions?
I'd say we get the family together, but most of the family's in Philippines, so usually no.
Okay.
Like normally we just have a dinner, we get some chicken because as good as turkey is, it's just easier to cook ground rather than a whole. And it just it takes too much at work and like both my parents work, so like neither of them can cook a whole turkey and just sort of because it takes a lot of effort and like micromanaging to cook a turkey, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you leave it in too long, it like anything else, it'll burn. And
Yeah.
that says a lot because turkey is a really like moist, watery meat. Like
Yeah,
it takes a
yeah.
while to dry
It's
out
also
and cook.
massive.
Yes. Oh my god, turkeys are huge. They're also
You know
really
what?
heavy, which is why we don't bother baking them.
And they're mad ugly.
Turkeys
Oh my
are awful.
God.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They
They
do
were
taste
gonna be
great.
our national bird at one point.
Oh
Yeah,
god, I am
that's
glad
pretty
we
good.
dodged that bullet. What's our national bird now? Is it the chicken?
Bald
Eagle. The bald eagle.
Okay. Shows how American I am.
I guess so.
Anyway. But yeah, we normally just have
Filth?
dinner. We'll have whoa. Andrew,
No.
was
Non
that
American.
Dropping the F-bomb.
that's the F bomb, yeah.
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 No, but usually we just have just a small dinner with
I bet you eat bald eagle, don't you?
Oh my God.
Do you realize how hard that would be to get, Andrew? Most of that would be wing. And
And
you can't
also very illegal.
That'd be pretty good.
No, I'm just
I
thinking
wonder
about
what
it.
it tastes like.
Probably like
Probably
chicken
terrible.
and delicious capitalism.
Probably pretty
Delicious
good.
It tastes of money.
Mm.
And
Nice.
also some pesticide, since it hasn't
You
been
know.
that long.
Do you get the do you
Do-
at least have cranberry sauce or something to go with it?
Well, actually,
or
that's the thing.
yams?
That's the thing.
Ooh, yams are so
Filipinos,
good.
Like, as far as I've seen, we're not big on berry sauces. Instead, what we have is this gravy we use with well, it depends where you go in the Philippines, but basically it's lechon. It's roast pork in where is it? The Ilocanos, people from that province of the Philippines, they call it bagnet, and I have no idea how they get that word from. But we have this meat gravy that we serve with pork and with roast pork, and that's our gravy. I don't know if we have a berry sauce. I'm sure because we're into sweet things as well. We have fruit drinks and various guava things. Yeah. I'm not into them. They're too sweet.
Nice.
So no, we don't have cranberry dressing. But again, we'd have the same problem with cranberry dressing that we do with baking or roasting entire turkeys. It would just take a lot of effort.
Yeah.
My parents don't have time for.
Do you have sweet potatoes / yams?
Oh, well, we definitely have sweet potatoes. Fuck yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sweet potatoes.
Especially fried. My God. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Fried
Personally,
or baked,
like
actually. I love me a good baked potato. Huh?
Personally, I don't like sweet potato fries.
What?
Dude, sweet potato fries are the only fries I can deal with.
Really? You don't like normal fries?
I don't like normal fries. I like sweet potato fries, though.
Do you like baked potatoes at least?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, we can agree on that.
Do you like baked potatoes if I can prepare them like mashed
baked
potatoes?
Yams. Oh, that's really good.
Baked yams are great.
Yeah, I like baked yams the most because they have that, like, it's so nice with butter and it's nice and sweet. Because I prefer yams to retain their sweetness with butter, rather than like them to be salted and fried. Yeah. Because I don't feel like
you don't really need the salt with potatoes or yams, though. I never got that.
Yeah, you ever see people put the marshmallows on?
That sounds disgusting.
What? Yeah, people put marshmallows on sweet potatoes.
Sounds gross. No, I think the only thing I'd want to sweeten it with would be something like corn, I think.
That would be good.
Like corn really or maybe some cheese. Probably Swiss. Or a nice prosciutto.
Like Gruyere?
Prosciutto to keep it moist. But no, not prosciutto, the other one.
Gruyere?
No. There's an Italian cheese that starts with...
Mozzarella?
Parmigiano. That's it.
Fresh
had a P in it.
Fresh mozzarella is amazing.
Or mozzarella. Or Swiss.
Fresh mozzarella is amazing. Okay, so this has only a little bit to do with what we were just talking about. But there is a Venezuelan cafe in Old Town that you gotta try out. It's super good.
Ooh.
It's called Amara Cafe. They have amazing coffee, and they have this these lunch specials, which are which are called cachapas. And they are this meal hosted on a yellow cornbread or yellow corn tamale material kind of thing, and it's super good. In Old Town, you gotta check it out.
What kind of food is this?
Venezuelan.
Oh, I've never had that.
Yeah, it's good. So, today, on today's filming, the Downtime Studios Lonely Time podcast is sponsored by the Soul Dynasty.
And
come
also
check us
Soul
out.
Train.
Yeah. Come check out the esports team, Soul Dynasty, December 8th, at battleblizzardnet.whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Soul Dynasty, 8 p.m., Wednesday, December 6th. Check it out. They are facing the Shanghai Dragons. Do we have any sponsors today, guys?
Yeah. Nishant, you go first, though.
What? You can't just say yeah and then not have a sponsor. Go ahead.
Today, the Downtime Studios podcast is also sponsored by the Stranger Things Season 3, which it definitely will have. No spoilers.
We are also sponsored by the upcoming Telltale Stranger Things series.
That
would be really good.
Play that. That's really hypocritical of me, but I would actually play that.
No, we would, because that would be great.
Yeah.
Like, it would work so well.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine if you could play as, like, Hopkins or one of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Telltale Redwall game.
Telltale Redwall. Redwall Total War.
Crusader Rats 2.
Crusader Rats 2. Oh, yeah, the extra Skaven expansion, yes.
Yeah.
And, what was the other thing? Shadow of Redwall?
Yeah. Shadow of Redwall.
Do we have a sponsor today, Nishant?
We do have a sponsor. We have Our sponsor is, of course, the wonderful city of Barstow.
Barstow, California.
Yeah, voted city most likely to be shivved in.
That's a good, yeah.
Or most readily available methamphetamines.
Oh yeah, that one. That too.
Yeah. In other news, the Golden Joysticks was recent.
I don't know what that is, but wait, one more sponsor though.
Oh, please.
We are also sponsored by Incredibles 2.
Yes.
And the upcoming Incredibles 2 video game on the
GameCube.
And also on Switch.
Oh yeah.
And PC.
And
also Famicom.
The weirdest collection of consoles. The Sega Genesis as well.
No, the
Sega Genesis. Yeah, that console war finally ended. Yeah.
Jesus.
So recently that was the Golden Joysticks.
Game of the Year.
They gave Game of the Year to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I believe was fairly well deserving.
I'm super into it.
Are the Gerudos as thick as I've been told?
Yes.
Good.
So the Golden Joysticks is a gaming award ceremony. They give awards to a bunch of stuff. They give an award to Ashley Birch for Upcomer, which is weird to me because she's been in like so many games before this, but maybe I don't understand the
requirements.
Yeah, like what fits that.
Maybe it's the newcomer requirement. Maybe it's like the newcomer requirements for porn. Like they need to have a big published work first.
Oh my god!
Don't besmirch the name of Ashley Birch, Mikkel.
I'm sorry. Was she? That sounds like a porn star name.
She is my bae.
Oh my god, Mikkel.
I don't know who Ashley Birch is, for the record.
Ashley Birch is great. She played Tiny Tina. She was.
Good for her. Wait, then why is she a newcomer? Hasn't Borderlands been out a while then?
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't get it.
Like
okay, I don't get it either. I was making a joke.
There was a voice actor strike in games that maybe because she did come back from that to be a part in.
Maybe is that why?
In whatever she was a part in. Oh, she was Aloy in the PlayStation exclusive
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah. And that's what she won it for. So she must have come back for that, and that must be what the thing is for. I don't know. Markiplier won Best Streamer, and Best Indie Game went to Friday the 13th,
which is, as indie developers, is seen to us as not only a spit in the face, but also just like. It's
clearly the way to go, guys. Let's be honest.
It really shows like that sort of idea that like the Game Awards is kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
It's the sort of like parade award show that is sort of put on to like aspire to be just as cool as like all the Grammys and the Emmys. And so they have all these sponsors and all these cringy hosts and all these like weird decisions on some things. Like they had a great panel for deciding Game of the Year, and I think they made a very solid decision.
Yeah.
Especially because PUBG was up there, which is like strange to me because it is not a complete game, and it was even strange to PlayerUnknown, the guy who designed
who made the game.
Because he even said like it's not a complete game. I don't know why it's there for game. It would be weird if it won Game of the Year.
Yeah. So they did well to pick Breath of the Wild, but Friday the 13th definitely came as a surprise to a lot of us who follow indie games.
From what I've heard, it's an incomplete, glitchy copy of Dead by Daylight, which is a game
very
that
Dead by
I played
Daylight
briefly, but enjoyed. I enjoyed that game with you guys.
Yeah, and it's not
the fact that it's shitty copycat one is disappointing even to me.
Or that it doesn't serve its purpose. It just doesn't serve its purpose as an indie game.
And with all the cool indie games this year, like really,
exactly
that.
So this spawned Nishant and I to come up with a new
our own Dawn of Time
Studios video to come out in say January. No promises of the top indie games to come out in 2017.
Yeah.
And coming up with this list was amazing.
It was a lot of fun because we got to explore. We got to like really think critically about a lot of different aspects of like what makes a really amazing indie game. And like this year has been so fantastic for indie gaming.
Oh my god.
2017 was crazy for indie games.
Like
don't give away too much, but like there's some like
Passepartout, there's Pyre.
There are some real heavy hitters to come out this year.
Hollow Knight, not Shovel Knight. Cuphead, Sonic Mania, both of those were like super, super popular.
Yeah.
And like it's something that you really can't just like Friday the 13th beating Cuphead is such a concept because it was like Friday the 13th came and it went fairly quickly. Cuphead was there for a while. It's got this like whole weird following. It's got this high difficulty. It's got stupid elitists on gaming message boards talking about how
it was developed for
Cuphead
13 years. Let's not forget that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The dedication that went into it was ridiculous.
The amount of animation frames is disheartening. It's like you look at it and you're just like, wow, that person hates themselves.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my god, it's so amazing. Just on the effort alone, it should have beaten out like most of the things. And it's just, it's sad to see like the name brand, like freaking company sponsored thing win Indie Game of the Year.
Yeah. So look for that, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also look forward to our, speaking of cringy, hosts, look forward to our fucking panel next year.
Streams?
Golden Joystick.
That'll be when E3 comes around again.
We got it. Yeah, can't wait for that check from EA to sponsor fucking Battlefront as the next.
We just lost the position there probably.
Oh no, we definitely still have it. We're mentioning.
They're really strapped for hosts.
Yeah.
Speaking of, have you guys been playing anything?
Ooh. I have.
Yeah.
I've very recently beaten Shadow of War, but we've already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it was done.
Yeah.
I wasn't glad that I had to do it. I've been playing a chunk of Passepartout because Mikkel got it for me for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
And I was sitting there feeling very sad, and so I decided to play some Passepartout to like make myself feel better. And it's got wonderful little music, and I just sat there making my art and getting criticized by random people. And then
it's
I
like
was
real
just like,
life,
this might not be the best way, but like the act of doing it is why I was doing it. I wasn't trying to beat the game. And a strange thing happened to me where like at some point I designed this weird little symbol, and I decided that is the devil. This is the symbol that is the devil.
Uh-huh.
And then from then on, I just put that in every picture. Every picture was about the devil.
Uh-huh.
It was like, there was one where I drew a police officer, but instead of the face, they had the devil symbol.
Dude.
And the name of the art piece was, "Is There a Problem, Officer?" And it was just like, what is this weird, pretentious, social commentary devil worship?
Are you secretly Banksy? Guys, I think you heard it here first. Nishant is Banksy.
Defo Banksy. And so, it's like, after taking a break, I chilled. And the reason I took that break was because, I drew, the picture was about dogs wearing shoes, and I put the devil in that too, and I'm just like, well, maybe I'm pushing this. Maybe I'm stretching my artistic license.
Especially for a game where the AI is as smart as a random number generator as to whether it'll sell, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's artistic like expression to be had in there. Especially like with the going up against the complete randomness of like even like the universe itself. Like there's a relatability to that kind of. But yeah, that's cool. None of you have posted pictures on Steam, and I've been lacking. Because I can't play the game myself.
Mikkel just left.
Oh no.
He has to go to lunch. He has to go to dinner, I mean. He just sent me that and left. because he's the one who plans this, and he's supposed to have the keep time. And we're not supposed to record when he's unavailable. He determined this was the good time.
Well, we're gonna finish this podcast without him.
We're gonna do this is the McKellis podcast,
the duo podcast. Hi, Nishant.
Hi, Andrew.
Want to talk about all the weird gay stuff we talk about at late at night? I've been
refresh my memory.
I've been playing a lot of Dead Cells. The expansion, the Brutal Edition, just came out, and a lot was changed. A lot of systems to it was changed, and it was very good. I didn't play it a lot when it first came out, and Paul, one of our friends, played a lot of it and wanted me to play a lot of it, and I just kind of lost interest once my Xbox controller kept like messing up. But I've tried it with my mouse and keyboard, and even though they say don't do it with your mouse and keyboard, it's not that bad. And I don't know. I enjoy it a lot. The changes they made are evident and good.
Nice.
Also, I started playing the Binding of Isaac Anti-Birth again.
Ooh.
Because Afterbirth Plus has become a slog with me trying to get unlocks.
Mm.
But Anti-Birth is very good.
The fan-made expansion, right?
Yep. And has not been able to be released on Afterbirth Plus yet because of poor APIs and no communication from Nicholas.
Yes.
So, for the meantime, I can play Binding of Isaac Anti-Birth, which is on my computer, so why not, right? Also, I've been playing a little Overwatch with the new Moira.
Ooh, how do you like Moira?
I don't know, because no one lets me play Moira.
That no one is me.
No, that no one is everyone.
That's true. Wait, what? I think I phrased that question wrong. Right? But Moira is a lot of fun. It's a very interesting sort of play style with a more aggressive kind of anti-tank support.
Yeah.
But like, it's very good. I like it quite a bit.
Yeah.
You'll have to give me your opinion once you actually get to play her. Andrew.
Yeah. I mean, I did her in the practice area.
Nice.
She wasn't like, it was difficult to tell how good she was at healing. I think that's something you can tell much better in game itself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Speaking of computers, by the way, we want to talk. Recently, I came into some money, which doesn't sound shady. Shut up.
Yeah.
And I decided to upgrade my computer. Now, my computer doesn't really need the upgrade, but it can definitely use it, and I have been encountering some issues with the power load of my graphics card versus the power load my little power supply can provide. And so it was pretty apt to upgrade. And not only will I be upgrading, I'll also be tearing out the guts of my previous little beast and making it and restructuring it and putting in new sexy body for Andrew.
Yeah.
So Andrew can stop dying because his internet committed suicide or because his computer just decided to explode.
Yeah. Because my laptop runs with 2 hamsters side by side. And they get tired.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
They get tired a lot. They're very old.
Very old. I don't feed them because I don't make money.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I can spend less on new hamsters than new food.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. That is a dark sentiment.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
but that'll be fixed.
All the parts came in today, except for one last one that is coming tomorrow, which is the processor, which is the crown jewel, because I got that sweet Black Friday sale, so I got the top of the line Ryzen 7, the 1800X, because hell yeah.
I don't know what that means, but nice.
It is a octo-core freaking
wow.
4.2 gigahertz turbo beast.
Wow.
And it's just like, oh yeah. Oh, it's nasty. I'm all about it because I had won this computer from a contest, and it also has an octo-core. But what it actually, the difference between this one and that one is the amount of information that each of one of those cores can actually give out. It's called bytes per thread, or no, instructions per thread. And like Ryzen, which is the new thing by AMD, because I don't support Intel's processors because they, first of all, are too expensive, and secondly, have anti-consumer practices. They're a solid company though. They source their silicon sustainably, which is nice.
That's good.
But like, they've been kind of dicks because they've been sort of like running the whole CPU show floor because they've had like this massive amount of like the share of profits, and like AMD decided to like stop making terrible cards, and they made like Ryzen, which is awesome and freaking modern and super great for like any sort of multi-core workload, which is awesome because Intel was just like, nah, regular people don't want multi-core processors. And if they do want multi-core processors, obviously they're loaded. So let's just add an extra $200 on the price. That seems like a solid plan. And so, like, although the Ryzen processors aren't the best for gaming, they lose out to Intel by around 10 FPS, which is not a massive deal, but if you really care, it is there. But on multi-threaded workloads like streaming, video editing, audio editing, heyo, that's this right here. This whole thing.
Oh yeah.
And like that stuff is much more at home on Ryzen and AMD. And so that's why I got the 1800X and not just because it was on sale.
You'll be doing your own little build party.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing another build party for me this Saturday.
Yeah. And that's going to be way more cool because actually other people will be there instead of me building my computer trying to act like I'm super cool in front of my grandparents who will be watching me. Which
Paul didn't know about. Paul didn't know it was Saturday.
Oh, lol?
Paul
I'm
thought
pretty
it was
sure
Friday.
I mentioned it at some point, lol.
So Paul doesn't know if he can show up.
Ouch.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to have a new computer.
Yeah. The one thing is I need to plan extra stuff to have besides just the build party.
Yes.
Like cool party games and stuff. I'm thinking about just bringing board games and stuff.
Yeah. I'm getting an expansion for monikers with my case.
Nice.
Yeah. We can try that out.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be getting an extra copy of Assassin's Creed Origins. Do you want that, Andrew?
I mean, why not, right?
Awesome. You're gonna get to play it on your new computer.
Yeah. It's supposed to be good, I think.
Donkey doesn't like it, but I feel like that video was more to highlight the flaws and not enjoy the video because a bunch of angry fans told him that to stop shitting on Assassin's Creed, which is, you don't do that to Donkey. You don't go up to Donkey and say, "Hey, stop shitting on my favorite thing." He's gonna take that as a challenge.
It's flaming. That's just what happens. He's just
it's
flaming
a good time.
Fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he thrives on.
Yeah.
Although, I definitely do enjoy what he does. Some of the times it's sort of very spurious and very. Sometimes it feels like he doesn't really think about what he puts out. He just sort of does it, and it's just like, yeah, watch it burn.
But there's some coolness behind that. Like,
yeah, definitely.
He's his own person.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to like run it through a committee or anything.
Yeah,
we take the good with the bad with the dunk.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely out there as one of the, like, I don't know, a forefront of like games journalism, weirdly enough. But he gets himself out there, right? Like, his voice is heard, definitely. It's interesting.
Small little tangent. games journalism. The main problem with games journalism is because it's seen as games journalism and not just journalism. There's a lot of work that needs to be put in because the main issue with sort of games journalism is that it's sort of like it's inherently treating the sort of the art medium not as an art medium but more as a thing for kids. But that's was more of an issue back in the day when we were growing up in like middle school and high school than it is now. There's a lot more serious organizations that actually take the idea of video games as art much more seriously, which is wonderful.
Definitely.
And like, it was mostly when IGN had their heyday, where it was just like, bro, it's games journalism sponsored by Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Yeah.
That was freaking Dorito Gate. Oh, that was a long time ago.
I don't
that was
even
like
know what that
2010. It was like a thing about like, it was this like the main dude when it came to games journalism was this one guy, and he was doing this video about like getting into games journalism and stuff, and like next to him was just like this massive like statue of it was this like cardboard cutout of Master Chief that said like buy Mountain Dew, and next to him was a big tower of like Doritos, and I'm just like, oh my god, dude.
Wow.
He's sold out so hard. It's literally like leaking into his serious content. And it's just like that was Dorito Gate way back in the day. Nice. That was wonderful.
So I like how we can hear a little bit of Mikkel in the background just every once in a while. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Did we have anything else we wanted to talk about? We're pretty much good, I think.
I think we're pretty much good.
Oh.
Fetishes.
Oh, we can do that next time. We can cover that next time.
We'll do that next time. All right.
I want you. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that next time.
So, from all of us here at the
two of us here
podcast, the two of us here. I'll speak for Mikkel. I'll speak for Mikkel.
Okay.
We hope you're a little less lonely.
Yeah.
Signing out.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.